creepers waiting right there, and I'd get blown up and right back to where I started, and then I'd start walking again, and the same thing would happen, and I'd dig out, and there was a creeper waiting for me, and I remember that it seemed like they don't do it quite as much now, but when I first started playing, the creepers seemed like they hung out right by your door all the time. And it doesn't seem quite as bad now. You still get some every now and then, but not as bad as I remember it. And it was frustrating. When I made my first house, I had a door. I put a door up. I was all excited, and I couldn't leave it because every time I went in at night, there would be creepers waiting there in the morning, and they would not leave. And eventually, I had to build a back door. So whenever I went in one door, I had to then go out the other door because there would always be creepers waiting for me there, and I could see them looking in the door, looking in through the window in the door, and it was frustrating. So, but anyway, so far I think I may end up just crossing an ocean here without anything, but at least it doesn't look. Well, I don't think my food meter is going down. Did they change that? Does it go down now when you're in a boat? Because I know I crossed the whole ocean one time without any food, and I was fine, but I don't know. I should just stop and plant a garden or plant some wheat and come back to it later, as long as I stay in the area. But I'd prefer to find animals because I just don't think I'm going to survive long enough for wheat. Oh, crap, don't break my boat. Stay away from me. Stupid floating octopus. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, it's tough to I have things to talk about, but it's tough to think up stuff while I'm playing here. And it's kind of nerve wracking doing this too, because people are gonna see this when I put it up. I put up that test video if you've looked at it, and that one wasn't too hard because I honestly wasn't expecting to put it up, but my son was in a crabby mood, which he is most of the time, and some of the stuff, my wife and I were listening to it, and we were laughing our asses off because that's the side of my son that guests and friends and family never see, and that's just, he's just in a bad mood, and he says some mean stuff, and he says some really funny stuff too, and I know he doesn't mean it. He's 5. He's crabby. He doesn't get enough sleep. I know that. We can never get him to go to bed. But it's hilarious to listen to him, and and it's funny. But I had to put that up afterwards because it was great. And I love the part. My favorite is when he goes, "You better not screw this up. You better not," it is. I think he got that from me because I probably said that to him once or twice. Anyway, let's see. I should say too, just because I have a 5-year-old son, I'm not going to censor myself, so I probably will swear at some point, especially when I start getting my ass kicked by some kind of mob out there. So just to warn you. All right, I'm ready for land. I have a feeling I bet I'm heading. I don't know if I'm out in the middle of an ocean or if that was the edge of an ocean and I'm going deeper into it, but this isn't looking good. And then on top of this, I want to keep these videos about 15 minutes, and I've already lost track of how long I've been going. So this might actually be, I'm going to have to get a timer or start timing this or something, but this might be longer than 15 minutes. But we'll see. I'd kind of like to end it on a good note, by finding land and some animals, but I don't know. If it gets too long and I don't find anything, I may just stop. Maybe I'll stop when it's nighttime and make camp and then end it there and then do the next episode the next morning. All right, let's see. Anyway, okay, this is depressing. I am not seeing anything. I remember the first ocean that I found. It was me and Rizum, who's the guy who helped me build the city that you saw back at the spawn point, and you know he's amazing at the stuff he builds. He just builds some crazy shit. It's just these huge castles with like all this amazing detail, and then like I got my pitiful little castle next to him. And I don't like doing big builds because I lose interest too quickly. And honestly, like my attention to detail is not the best either. I build things to be efficient. I don't build them to look nice. And but he'll focus on something and he'll work on it for like a month or more, and it'll end up just with this massive, really cool looking structure. And he actually built a cool dome structure that was just huge on this server. And then I was changing computers, and the server just, you know, I shut down the server, and I ended up, like, when I was moving all the files over, I forgot to move the file for the server. And then when I started the server back up, or I didn't start the server up right away because it had been down for a while, and we'd moved on to another server. And then finally I decided to go back to it, and I started it up, and I realized I didn't have the file, and I found one of a copy of the world. So is there any sheep here? And when it doesn't look like it, or sheep, I want something I can eat, although wool would be nice too. But and I found the copy of the world, so I put it up, and all the buildings were gone. Everything was gone. It was just like the first few structures that we had built. And I was just like, no, we lost all this work. And so then I went and I was digging around, and I was looking on through my computer, and I found a couple other copies of the world. You know what? I'm going to go back and camp out on that island. This will be my new spawn point. Oh crap, I gotta get there before the mobs start spawning in. But every time I would load one up, it would be like from the very beginning of the server with nothing on it except for a couple small little buildings. And I was just like, oh crap, we lost everything, the whole city. I was like, it put a lot of work into that. Oh shit, I just lost my boat. Fuck, I didn't want to do that. Okay, well, I got more wood. And then I dug around, and then I found a copy that I had made for my son, because my son likes to play, but I don't want him on my server. And so so I had made this copy for him, and I looked at it, and it had almost everything we'd built on it. And luckily he hadn't played it and destroyed everything, because that's usually what he does when he plays. He just griefs the hell out of everything. And so I put that up, but unfortunately we lost a few of the things. But, you know, oh well, you know, we got most of it, and so that's cool. You know, I'm happy just to have that. I'm going to make another boat, and then I think I will probably end this first episode here. Anyway, I'm going to find something, hopefully. I'm going to get in the boat too. I guess until next episode, I will see you. Please, leave a comment. I'm new at this. It's my first time. Be gentle. Leave a comment. Click it if you like. If you like it, click the like button. If you want to subscribe, hey, that'd be cool. Hey, you could be the first. Anyway, until next time. I am Serum, and later.